got it now. Good morning, living your life without limits, family. Thank you for joining me today, this beautiful Saturday. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I am so happy to see you guys and be able to tell you I am still here in New York, and I am about 1 week before I'm coming back home to Cali. I'm coming back home to Cali healthy. I want many of you that have been calling and asking, how am I doing? I'm doing fine. I actually tested negative for COVID-19, and I'm very excited and thank God for that. And thank all of you that have reached out to me in prayer and concern as I came out here to help my fellow professional nurses. But today it's not about me. It's always about you. And today's topic, we want to talk about overcoming fear for faith. So many of us understand fear. We all face fear. But what are some of the implications that fear can bring? One, it affects your decisions, or shall I say lack of decisions. Two, it affects your ability to take action. Three, it hinders potential outcomes that can occur positively for you in your life. So this is what we want to talk about. Now, there's healthy fear. We all have that, where you want to have a reverence or respect or make sure you're mindful of things that could potentially be dangerous or harmful. But what I'm talking about is where you allow fear to overtake you, where it paralyzes you, where you are not moving forward in your life. And that's what I want us to take a hard look at and make sure that we are doing things that don't allow our fears to hinder us. I was reading about the founder of FedEx. Everybody knows FedEx. It's all over the world now. But I want you to know Fred Smith, who was the original founder of FedEx, came up with this concept when he was in college and presented it to his professor in a paper, and the professor gave him a C. And the reason he gave him a C, and I'm paraphrasing this, is because he said it was impossible, that it was not going to be something that could happen. Imagine had he taken that to heart and just said, all right, my professor, the authority, have told me that this idea, this vision I have to be able to have packages go all around the world within 24 hours and reach people in a destination is not going to happen, we would not have FedEx today. That's just one example. I don't want you to allow your fear or what others' perception of you is to hinder you from reaching your full potential. Many times we refuse to take on new tasks or new challenges because of fear. And what's the most thing we're fear of? Fear of failure. We allow what we think is going to happen to hinder us from going forward just on what we feel. I don't want to fail. Many of us have felt like that. Maybe we've experienced failure in the past. And maybe that feeling prevents you from trying again. There's an old saying, if you don't succeed the first time, try again. Just because something didn't happen at the time you wanted it to happen, or you thought it should happen, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It allows you the opportunity to do more research, to also do more work on yourself, and maybe just the timing of it wasn't right, because time and chance happens to us all. To everything, there's a time and a season. So I don't want you to allow your fear of going forward in new opportunities or new relationships. Maybe you had a failed relationship. Maybe you're second time divorcee, third time divorcee, or been single for a long time and was wounded. And you say, you know what? It's not for me anymore. if that's something that you really desire, it can be for you. But using that time to own your feelings, own how you're feeling about failure, how that makes you feel, and taking the necessary steps to reaffirm yourself. And sometimes it might be that you also need help. You may need a coach. You may need some professional therapy, or you may need to just try and don't give up. There are many people that are talented and skilled. Many of you that are listening to me today, I want you to hear me very clearly. You have gifts, you have talents, you have skill, and you've been sitting on them on the what if, or because somebody told you one day you weren't good enough, or you don't look good enough, or it's not good enough. Don't take that to heart. Continue to work on your craft or yourself. And what you're going to do is continue to get better. But don't be afraid to launch out. Don't be afraid to start it. Don't be afraid to try. Continue on your journey. We are so caught up in a time where what people's opinion of us have hindered us from what we feel about ourselves. You were fearfully and beautifully made. You have a skill and a talent that the world needs. You have something to offer to somebody. And I want you to understand that and not let your fear of failure or fear, sometimes fear of succeeding, because with success comes pressure. With success comes responsibility. So you can't even be afraid to succeed. You're single, and I want to be married. So even in getting from single to married, there is responsibility. Now it's not just about you. It's about you and somebody else, or you and others. Because when you marry, oftentimes you don't just marry the individual, you marry their lifestyle, you marry their family, and all these other things come with it. So don't even be afraid to try something different. I want you to dare to think beyond your imagination and your limitations, because where you're limited, you can exercise skill. I have had a fear of doing live studio videos. I have, because I'm not technically savvy as many of you that are out there. But I had to tell myself I have to try. I have to try. And as I continue to do it, I will gain the skill and perfect it, and fear will begin to leave. And I will get more comfortable and get in my swag and get in my feelings and get in where I'm coming from. So that's a simple thing. What is hindering you in going forward in your life? What have you allowed to be a stumbling block and an obstacle that prevents you from going to the next level? Because ultimately, you know who is our worst enemy? It is not what the people are saying. It's what we're saying up here. I want you to cast down every imagination, negative thinking, doubt, disbelief, fear, anxiety, worry, and stress that have created this wall or this block that you have put up that have caused you not to reach your full potential. Time is winding up, family. This year, above anything, we have seen tragedy upon tragedy, and people have fallen to this disease and other illnesses, violence. As long as you have health and your strength and the right activity and use of your mind and your skill and faculty, you have a chance to succeed. And I don't want you to allow the fear of the unknown to hinder you from going forward. Sometimes we're also fearful to be healed. We want to hold on to pain sometimes as a crutch because we're used to it. We nourish it. And it's time for us to be healed. Healed from past hurts, healed from past rejection, healed from past childhood memories, broken dreams, broken marriages, disappointments, and forgive yourself and also forgive others so that you can go into something new for your life. There's a scripture that says, remember not the former things, neither the things of old. Behold, I'll do a new thing, and it shall spring forth. There is something new and exciting awaiting you. And the only one that is in your way is you. Or let me put it on me, is me. And we have to allow ourselves to step out. And don't let fear paralyze us or create unnecessary anxiety. Sometimes people are afraid to move from one place to another because they're familiar with where they are. I know everybody. Everybody knows me. But maybe, just maybe, the next opportunity you have may be in a different location. Maybe your next big break, maybe that divine connection is somewhere else. Write down your goals and your dreams. And then look at seeing what is hindering you from pursuing them. What is the fear? That I'm not good enough? Who said you're not good enough? It's not what somebody else say about you. It's what you say about you. That's why it's important for you to have daily affirmation, telling yourself how good you are. Not to the point of being conceited, but to the point where you are loving yourself enough that you're willing to put the work in to make your environment, your life, your place in history, and not let fear prevent you from going out. When I came out here to New York and I made a decision to come to help my fellow professional nurses, many people were shocked and fearful and begged me, please don't go. And they had all in good intentions. And because of love, and they were worried that something was going to happen to me. But within myself, the calling to come was greater. And the belief that I was going to come and be a help and a blessing, and I was going to come back well, just like I came, was greater than individuals' love and fear that something was going to happen. That's one example. Each and every one of us have had times where we weren't as successful as we would desire to be. And we've had challenges, we've had ups and downs, but that's life. You don't live in that. Don't allow the memory of the pain and the hurt and the fear of what happened in the past to prevent you from going to your future. It has no place. Gird it as motivation, not as destruction. Because right behind that curtain could be your moment, your time, your big break. You have to try. Put the work in. But the first thing you got to put the work in, family, is in you. I keep emphasizing that. Work on your feelings, your emotions. Peel back the anxiety. Peel back. Why do I feel this way? Own that feeling. Own your part in that feeling. and say, I'm no longer going to carry this. I'm not longer going to carry fear. I'm not longer going to carry this anxiety and stress, because you know what? It can have psychological impacts. Some people are so fearful of what they think is going to happen. It'll create a psychological impact where your blood pressure can be fluctuated, where you can start receiving headaches, start having shortness of breath, having a panic attack, just on the fear of what might happen. Not to say it's going to happen. So I want you to replace that fear with faith that I am more than a conqueror. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I have skill. I have talent. I am worthy of what is to happen to me. I am worthy to be the next big CEO. I am worthy to be loved. I am worthy to be successful. I am worthy to have financial freedom. I am worthy to be healed in my body. Begin to speak and affirm the positive in your life and not the negative. In the Bible, there's a scripture in the book of Judges, and I'm just taking this, and I'm not trying to make anybody believe anything, but you can gain from anything. But in the book of Judges, it talks about Gideon. And the Lord called Gideon a mighty man of valor, a man that never even fought a battle. He was professing to him what he was. And reason why I'm saying that, many of you people can see potential in you, but you can't see it and receive it. I want you to receive the positive and the potential that has been spoken over your life through your family, through your mentors, through your supporters, and feel that and embrace that in your own life. So fast forwarding here, the Lord is telling him he's going to win a battle. And one of the things that I want to also emphasize, and reason why I'm bringing him in, and I'm going to read it for you. Over in the book of Judges, in the 7th chapter and the 2nd verse, it said, and the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands. At least Israel will vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hands has saved me. And here's what I want you to focus in on, which is verse 3. Now, therefore, go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let them return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 20 and 22,000, and there remained 10,000. Fearful and afraid. Be careful who you are associating and acquainting yourself with when you're going after your goals. Because if they're fearful and afraid, you two can't get together on one accord. How can two walk together except they're in agreement? So your surroundings, your environment, the people you are associating with, the people, even in your home. You listen, I can't be on one page saying we're going to jump out here and we're going to do this. And I believe we're going to do this. And I'm all in and I'm motivated and I'm working. And then over here, my partner is like, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Listen, family, there's a saying, one monkey don't stop no show. But guess what? If it cut up long enough, it'll slow it down. So you got to be careful, even not only of yourself, but when it comes to your goals, your self-motivation, your love, your vision and dreams for yourself and your family or your business, that you have people that are walking alongside of you with the same mind. Now, we have different creative views, and that's healthy. But the vision is that we're going to be successful, that we're going to accomplish this goal. Because if you're feeling one thing and I'm walking another way, then it's going to be hard to get it off the ground. One mind, one vision, one focus. And right now, as we're coming to an end of this, it is important for you to understand that you can accomplish great expectations. And it starts with you. How are you thinking? Even if you're dealing with a sickness in your body, you have to believe and have faith to believe you can come out of this. One of the greatest challenges, I believe, I've been in the healthcare profession for many years, is rehab. Because when people go through an incident or an injury or trauma or a medical event that have taken them out of their regular way of living and doing and have to go through rehab, it's hard. And oftentimes it's painful. And the success between them doing it and not doing it is that person, even though you have therapists, you have physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech sometime therapists, nurses and doctors, and a full group of team of people helping you. It is only as good as you help yourself. You have to be engaged. And first of all, you have to have a mind, I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to come out of this. I can do this. Yes, I'm hurting. Yes, I'm tired. I got to learn how to walk again. I got to learn how to talk again. I got to learn how to eat when I used to eat normal. I got to do all these things again. But if you continue to do it, I can do it. And you know what? Sometimes it's baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day. Many of the successful people that you admire, that you follow, they started in small beginnings. So don't be so hard on yourself. It wasn't built in a day. Your healing, your next chapter, your next second act may not come overnight, but continue to go for it. Go after it. That's why many times I say, go after it. Let's go after it. Go get it. Be your biggest cheerleader. And guess what? Living your life without limits is your cheerleader as well. We are here to motivate you. I am here to motivate you. I want you to be all that was promised in your heart and desires that you had for yourself. And it starts with getting rid of fear. Stop letting it hinder you from making that first step. Even if you stumble along the way, pick yourself up and keep on going. Take a licking and keep on ticking. I was so excited to see Michael Jordan's Last Dance 10 episode. I'm a basketball fan. And we know about his greatness. But many of the things I didn't know about the challenges he faced early on in his career before becoming the great Michael Jordan. How he was cut from his college or high school team. He couldn't make it. They didn't feel he was good enough, but he practiced on his craft. He honed in on his skills and he just kept going. All I'm saying to you, family, don't allow fear to hinder you from going to your future. There's a better day and a brighter day, and your happiness. Don't allow your past mistakes, past hurts, past rejections, what people thought about you, hinder you from going into your reality. And the reality is, you are a rock star. The reality is you are somebody special. You just probably haven't met the right one or the right people to recognize that talent. But you are somebody. We all have limitations, but that don't have to limit you. That's why I named this podcast, Living Your Life Without Limits. So here's what I want you to do as we're ending this episode. If you're enjoying these motivational speeches, topics to keep you encouraged, I want you to hit the subscribe button. Click the like. Many of you subscribe and you don't like, but you're hanging in there with us. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. If you want some more individual help, we offer individual coaching, one-on-one sessions, series, and with each of them, I have a free personality assessment test that I give to every individual free if you sign up and register. That can kind of help you, guide you. You just got to be honest with it. And it's not something I created. Psychologists, it is a proven test that I use, that I issue free of charge, that is used to help you with what am I good at? Or understanding your strengths and your weaknesses, or what career path that you would go into. And it's for anyone that signs up for a free coaching class, will get that free. And it's for yours to keep. Your results are made immediately to you, and it kind of gives you an overview of things that you might not even know about yourself. So remember, family, to log in, stay connected. And for those of you that use our hashtag on your social media sites, Instagram and Facebook, hashtag Living Your Life Without Limits, you will be entered into a free contest to win a prize. And Living Your Life Without Limits give prizes. We just gave away cash prizes. We give away hats. We give away goodies. We love to give at Living Your Life Without Limits. But most of all, I love to motivate and encourage you. Life is tough. I saw a shirt one day that said, "Life is tough, get a helmet." And I thought that was funny. But mental toughness is built within. That's something, sometimes people are built with it, and sometimes it has to be developed. I want you to reach on the inside of you and get that grit to say, you know what? I'm no longer going to live in poverty, to accept this is my reality, to accept I have to be this way for the rest of my life. I'm going to do the work and go past my fear, my pain, and pursue my happiness, because there is joy on the other side. I love you. Thank you for riding with me. Remember to love yourself and take care of yourself, because guess what? You're worth it. Stay connected, because season 2 is coming up and we are planning some great stuff. Going back home with my team, and we're getting ready to put out a brand new season of different episodes with you in mind. Thank you. I love you. Elena is on. Shout out to Elena, my sis. Thanks for riding with me. LaRonda is on. Who else is on out there? Click subscribe. Leave a comment. So signing off from New York, heading back to California next week. Remember, I love you. Peace out. And let's get ready to take it to the next level. This is me clapping for you. God bless you and have a blessed day.